Welcome back, everyone. I'm Smitha, your host, and I'm thrilled to have you here for another powerful conversation. So, in our last episode, we explored the power of forgiveness and how it can lead to peace. But sometimes the hardest person to forgive is the one staring back at us in the mirror. So, today we are diving into self forgiveness, why it's essential, and how to start this deeply personal journey. So, forgiving others can be hard enough, but forgiving ourselves, that's often a whole different challenge. So, to guide us through this, let's welcome back my dear friend Siona Xavier. Hi, Siona. Welcome back.
Hi, Smitha. It's always a joy to be here. Self forgiveness is such an important conversation, and I'm so glad we are taking the time to address it today.
Yes,
It's something so many of us struggle with, yet it holds the joy to truly finding peace within ourselves.
yes. Yes, Siona. So, let's start with a big question. So, why is self forgiveness is so important? And can't we just move on from our mistakes without forgiving ourselves?
So that's such a thoughtful question, Smitha.
Mm.
So self forgiveness is vital because without it, we often carry on invisible weight, a mix of guilt, regret, and shame that keeps us from living fully. So it's not just about letting go of our past, it's about giving ourselves permission to heal and grow. So when we don't forgive ourselves, we create this inner dialogue of blame and self criticism that can hold us back from loving ourselves or believing in our potential. But self forgiveness doesn't mean sweeping our mistakes under the rug or pretending that they didn't happen. It's about owning up to them, learning from them, and then saying, I'm more than this moment. I'm worthy of grace. When we forgive ourselves, we reclaim our power to move forward.
Great, great. That's so true. But I feel like, self forgiveness can sometimes feel harder than forgiving others. So why do you think that is that way?
It's because, Smita, we
Mhm.
often are very harsh with ourselves than
Yes.
we had ever been on someone else. So we expect perfection, and when we fall short, we
Mm.
see it as a failure of who we are.
Yeah.
So forgiving others feels outward. It's about letting go of their actions. But forgiving ourselves is deeply inward. And it means facing our own insecurities, regrets, and fears head on. So it's uncomfortable because it requires honesty,
Yes.
but it's freeing when we learn to forgive ourselves.
So that's such an important perspective, Siona. So here I have listed some of the possible reasons which could be the hardest part about forgiving ourselves. Like the first statement would be like, I feel like I don't deserve forgiveness for the hurt I caused. And the second reason, the line statement is like, I can't stop replaying my mistakes in my head, and it's like I'm stuck in a loop completely. Okay. And forgiving myself feels very selfish, like I'm not taking responsibility. So, Siona, how would you address these kind of feelings?
So, first of all, I want to say to anyone who relates to these feelings, you're not alone. These struggles are real and they don't make you weak, they make you human. So, to the person who feels undeserving, please know that no mistake is greater than your capacity to grow and change. So, what you did may have caused hurt, but it doesn't define who you are at your core. You are not your mistakes, you are your efforts to be better. So, for the one stuck in the loop of replaying mistakes,
Hmm.
I know how that feels. It's exhausting. So,
Yes.
try asking yourself, what lesson is this moment teaching me?
Hmm.
Instead of seeing it as a failure, see it as a chapter in your story,
Okay.
one that's shaping you into someone stronger and wiser.
Hmm.
And for the person who feels forgiveness is selfish, I hear you. But self forgiveness is actually one of the most responsible things you can do. So it allows you to take accountability while
Hmm.
also making room for healing. So carrying guilt forever doesn't undo the past. It only stops you from being your best selves in the present.
Great. Beautiful, Siona. I love that. So it's so reassuring to hear that self forgiveness is a journey. So, for those of us who are ready to start, so what are some practical steps we can take?
So here's where we can begin.
Hmm.
So first of all, face your mistakes.
Okay.
Start by being honest with yourself. Write
Hmm.
it down if needed. What happened, how
Hmm.
it made you feel, and what you wish would have been different. This isn't about judgment, it's
Okay.
about clarity. So separate the action from the person.
Hmm.
Remind yourself that your mistake doesn't define you. Think of it as one page in a book. You are the entire story, not just one chapter. So take steps you need to.
Hmm.
So if someone else was hurt, take steps to apologize sincerely. This can help you feel lighter and more accountable. And also be kind to yourself.
Okay.
Like you can just think about how you would comfort a close friend in your shoes. Offer yourself the same compassion. It's okay to be gentle with yourself. And lastly, turn regret into growth. So use your mistakes as a foundation for learning. So ask yourself, what can I do differently moving forward? This is where real transformation begins.
Yes. Those are such helpful steps, Siona. So, before we close today, would you lead us in a reflection exercise to help our listeners take the first step toward self forgiveness?
Of course, Smita. So, to everyone listening, take
Hmm.
a moment to find a quiet space.
Hmm.
Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Then exhale slowly. Now, think of one mistake or regret that's been weighing on you. So, imagine holding it into your hands. With your next breath, say silently to yourself, I am human. I am learning. I am growing. As you exhale, picture yourself placing that regret in a river and watching it drift away. So feel the release, feel the lightness. Forgiveness is your way of saying, I choose peace for myself, and that's the most beautiful gift you can give yourself.
That's the most beautifully explained, Siona. Thank you for that. And I hope our listeners found that as a very powerful as I felt today. So, and now it's time for our rapid fire inspiration segment. So, are you ready, Siona, to go ahead?
I'm absolutely ready, Smita.
Great, great. So, first word is compassion.
Compassion is courage, the courage to care for others and for ourselves.
Great. Second word is resilience.
Resilience is hope that refuses to give up, even when the odds seems against you.
Great. Forgiveness.
Forgiveness is freedom, the freedom to let go and embrace peace.
Beautiful answers as always. Thank you so much, Siona, for sharing your insights today.
Thank you, Smita. Every conversation we have feels like a step forward towards healing, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this journey.
Great. Thank you so much once again, Siona. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us today. Remember, forgiving yourself is not about erasing the past, but about making peace with it so you can move forward. So you are deserving of grace and growth. So until next time, take care and keep moving toward your best self. Thank you so much.